So, Neverness to Everness is finally released in global, and I'm actually very excited for this game, and I'm hoping that this is going to be my main game in the future, and I will be streaming and hopefully making more videos about this game. But yes, this is my things I wish I knew before I was playing NTE, because I was thankful enough to be able to play the beta version of the game, and I have plans now on what to do and what not to do, and I could also give advice to you guys, things that you should and you shouldn't do. So first and foremost, what you need to do is the story. Story unlocks a lot of stuff, including the city tycoon stuff, bosses that you need to unlock, and there are also like places, establishments that it can be unlocked by the story. So this will always be my advice: just do the story. I mean, if you don't like the story, then you can always skip it, right? But it's always advisable to do the story in order to understand the game. Next up, for the characters though. For the characters, I don't really have that much to say about this, because the game has no 50-50, and you can get your character guaranteed at 90 pulls. And we're also been given a lot of like freebies on 1.0. There's no 50-50 and guaranteed 90 pulls. And also for the standard pulls, you can get a free S-Class selector after 50 pulls. And for me, I have some advices on who you should prioritize to pull. But I would say though, pull who you want to pull, and pull on the characters you like and who you want to play with. But if you really want advice, I have some. So, first priority for me personally is Sakiri. She's actually a buffer, and her buff potential is actually pretty good. Mostly her buffs actually just centered around Scorch enhancement, which is basically incantation plus chaos, and we have one of nastiest chaos character in the game, and I'll talk to her later. Also, she reduces enemies' defense by 20%, and this is not tied to Scorch. So basically, you can tie her, you can put her on any team and get the defensive shred for 20%. So that's pretty good. That's why she's always going to be a high priority for me. Then we'll go to the DPSs. We have Baisang for male lovers and Daffodil for waifu lovers. But yeah, Baisang is a pretty good incantation DPS for standard banners. People might say he looks boring and stuff like that, but he has crazy DPS potentials. And also, like, he has coordinated attacks as well, which is pretty good, and also pairs so well with Daffodil, which is for the waifu lovers. Daffodil, she's going to be one of my top priorities when it comes to DPS, because I am not very sure if I'm going to be pulling for the limited banner. We'll see though how it goes. But yeah, Daffodil is a chaos DPS, and she is nasty as hell. She is pretty good, and with amazing characters you can pair her up. She can't be paired with the main character though, but I would say Incantation and Psyche, we have pretty good characters around those. So that's why Daffodil for me is top tier at the moment when it comes to like standard characters. Also, we have Juyuan. She is an anima DPS, but she actually is one of the best crowd control characters in the game. Her DPS doesn't really match up that much with compared to like Baisang and Daffodil. We have numbers from CN servers, but we're talking about global here. But yeah, G-Wan has like a pretty consistent and pretty good crowd control, so I would recommend getting her as well. And then of course, if you really want the best DPS for 1.0, of course we're gonna look at our limited character, Nanali. She's an anima DPS. Quality of life stuff around her, and she's actually a pretty good character. I've tested her, I played her, and she's actually one of the best characters, of course, in 1.0, because, I mean, she's the limited character, she's the limited banner. And now we're gonna talk about the A-class ones, who are low-key, like, under the radar A-class characters. I would say, for me personally, after playing the beta version, I would say Edgar has one of the good early game values, because he is a healer, an A-class healer, and survivability for your team. I mean, hardcore players will be like, healer? What the? I don't know what that is. But players like me who needs healers, then yeah, Edgar is pretty good. He's also Cosmos, which can react to Anima and like Shana. So he's actually a good character as well. And we also have Adler, who is an incantation A-class shielder. again, for survivability, for early game survivability, then yes, they're pretty good. Even though I am higher level now, I still use Adler because, you know, of his shield and stuff like that. But yeah, that would be my advice when it comes to like the characters. But like I said earlier, pull who you want to pull, and, you know, pull on the characters that you love, because, you know, don't let CCs tell you otherwise, except if you're like a hardcore. If you really want the best of the best, then sure, listen. But yeah, that's my advice. Next up, we have Exploration Guide. So for Exploration Guide, we actually have two currencies that you need to watch out for. We have the Fawns and Golden Beetles. For Golden Beetles, that is actually what you use to upgrade your characters. So basically, those upgrade materials, it's kind of like, you know, Mora or credits in reference to other games. Fawns, on the other hand, is a different one, because Fawns comes from City Tycoon, and now we're gonna talk about it. City Tycoon is where you can do all the city stuff, like, you know, like head through hobbies. You can get your deliveries, you can get... But yeah, we actually have two staminas in this game. One for City Tycoon and one for your character stuff. So that means you can spend your stamina for your character upgrades, and you can also spend the other stamina for the City Tycoon stuff to get more funds. You know, it's important to know this, because I was like, well, before I played it, I was like, oh my god, if there's only one stamina currency in this game, then it's gonna be tough. You know, you're gonna be torn between leveling a characters and doing city stuff. But nope, I was actually wrong. One of my favorite activities was actually delivering, and also like taxi driving. That was actually one of my favorite activities. And you know, there's also the bank heist as well, which is actually pretty fun. But yeah, those are like, you know, advice for like City Tycoon. And also do your City Tycoon stuff. Next up, we have Oracle Stones. Oracle Stones is basically you can pick up around the city. Just grab it and that's it. And you're gonna be like, oh, what's this for? This is actually for the witch's house, which is you can actually turn it in to the one and only one of my favorite characters in the game. I'll just show it to you guys. Yes, Blackbird. You can offer those Oracle Stones to Blackbird and you can get the rewards. So that is actually a pretty good thing to know as a new player as well. And then, of course, never ever skip random anomaly encounters, because they can give you some good stuff like golden beetles, currencies for your characters, resources, you know, leveling materials and everything. Yeah, so never ever skip the random anomaly encounters. If you see them, it's actually like, you know, sometimes it can be fuzzy, sometimes it's good, you know, it's actually pretty fun. And then we have the index fluctuation zones, which is pretty random. As you can see it in the circle right here, all of a sudden you get greeted with a message that there's a index fluctuation zones. I was like, discovering all of this, there's actually an easy way to go there. You can look at your minimap, and then where the glitches are happening, you just gotta go approach it, and then, you know, you're just gonna see it where it is. And then the other ones as well is illegal city activities. When I played this in beta, I didn't really know. I thought it was just like, oh, this is just going to be like a random encounter, it's just a random mobs in the world. Actually, no, it's actually a pretty good activity where you can get mouse cookies. It's actually a currency where you can buy pulls in the security office, and you can also buy other resources as well aside from pulls, like your character leveling stuff. So there's actually like reasons to do all of this. But yeah, those are just the things that I wish I knew before I was playing NTE. And now I'm going to be playing it on release, and I will be streaming on twitch.tv/KarubinKlein. So if you guys want to follow me there, I'll be streaming it here and there. I will be playing this game a lot, for sure. But yeah, I believe that's it. And, you know, hope to see more of you guys, and, you know, hoping to make more videos as well about this game. And I really love this game, and I hope my video helps you guys. I guess that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time. Peace!